with my journey, one thing that did come up a lot is that I'm always waiting for the perfect moment. Everything has to check before I move on because I don't want to fail. But then it's not just me. A lot of people don't want to fail.
Mm-hmm.
But there will never be a perfect moment. Sometimes you just gotta, discern it and see that, the pros outweigh the cons and then just go and do it. There's a chance that you will fail, that you will stumble. All you need to do is just get up, improve yourself, and continue walking.
I love that. Can you talk about the journey of improving yourself and continuing to walk?
Could you repeat
How
that
did you
again?
get to that point? How did you get to the point where, because failing is scary. And so how did you get to the point where you're like, I'm going to fail and it's going to be okay and I'm going to keep moving forward?
Well, I always notice that whenever I do projects with my clients, especially when it's something where it's a new skill that I'm just learning or a skill that I'm perfecting, I notice that like the first few times it doesn't work out. But then when I go do it again, I already have the knowledge like, okay, I failed because I did X, Y, and Z. So I'm doing this again and I will avoid this. Or for example, be like, okay, these people didn't react to this ad. So let me improve it some more, let me do some research. And bit by bit that habit built up. So when I sat down and reflected on my chapter, on writing my chapter, right, I noticed like, wait, I always improve after every project. So by the time a new project comes in, I'm already a better person than I was a few months ago. And then my clients, they're like, you're amazing. This is exactly what I wanted, what I needed. Thank you so much. And I'm like, okay, great. And then the next client comes in, and again, I mean, I already did good on the last project. I'm just doing it much better now. Like, for example, I'm running some Google ads with a client right now. And when we first started, it didn't do as well. I don't want to say it failed. So we got a few bites, but it wasn't like the amount that we needed. So what I did, I went back. I analyzed. I got in touch with Google customer service. I bought the Google ads. So I did some research. I improved and so on and so forth. So now he's like, Joycelyn, we got it. We're getting the traffic. The conversions are good. And I'm like, great. So now it's just to fine tune it even more. So again, that's the recurring theme that's been happening in my life. Always improve. Failure will come, accept it, embrace it, and just continue on because you will improve.
I love that. And thank you for speaking that into this space. Because a lot of times I think we think of failure as this place of brokenness. And the way you just described it, failure is a place of opportunity that I can
Yes.
go back to the drawing board, that I can go back to, I call it my idea playground, my think tank, like, and figure out, okay, what parts didn't work and what parts do need to be taken out, what parts need to be added. And so that fear of failure as a place of brokenness is something I think that we have to change the paradigm on that can help us pivot
Yes.
into success.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Coach Rio, is there anything that you would like to add to that?
Well, I'm listening to the ladies and I'm just in awe because this story is amazing, each and every one of them. As Jane said, when she came, she had already pivoted. And I'm like, that story need to be in this book because, when you read Jane's bio, Jane, well, I don't really know the places in Africa, but these really supposed to be prestige, renowned company, the position. And, she seemed to, well, not seem to, she had a really prestige life. But at some point, she wasn't happy. And it's when you look at life, right? Like I said, you're making all the money, but you don't know how to spend it. My thing is, I give money away. I like to help everybody here, here, here. I'll solve everybody problem, and before you know it, whoop, it's gone. Right? Some people might spend it lavishly on themselves or doing things, but you're making all the money. And at some point, she realized, like, okay, all right, I need to manage my money better. And in that moment, she discovered a gift. She discovered a passion. And then that stirred something deeper in her that surpassed that, like it quenched something in her. And then all of a sudden now she wanna leave her job and do entrepreneurship. And we know that, you can either hit or miss with that. But something about when you're walking in the alignment and you in alignment and you're walking in purpose. When you are called, that call keep knocking, 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 knocking. And I think it also helps you to move past fear. And for Joycelyn, she is talented, she is gifted. And for her, she is like that flower that she need the pruning. She need someone in that moment to tell her like, hey, although I'm pretty sure all her clients is telling her because she's doing the work and she's getting the clients, but sometimes we need to hear it. Sometimes we need validation. And I think she needed to hear, you are good. You are great at what you do. And this is a story. And what Joycelyn didn't share is that the first time I wrong, she was like, I can't do it. But I came back to her and I said, you can. And guess what? Joycelyn wrote that story and I was impressed. And I've heard authors said they love her story. I was so impressed. And even though it's their lives and it's their walk and their journey, I'm being honest. Sometimes I feel like a mother. And you know that mother when your child brought home that paper with those great grades? That's how I feel when I see my client peaking or having their moment. That's how I felt with Joycelyn, because a lot of them came already. We all struggle with confidence. As I shared with the lady, confidence is a muscle. Every time we go to do something new, we will have a lack of confidence because we never did it before. But overall, someone could have confidence enough to be okay with trying something new. But then there's sometimes when we a little bit hesitant. And with Joycelyn, I just saw her blossom. And I'm so proud of you. And I want you to continue just dominating because you are a shining star. You're super, super, super talented. And just keep going at it because you have it. You have it. And just now I'm going to have to get a new VA because she's moving up in this world right now. For another day, that's another story. But I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, my darling.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Beautiful. So are we taking a break in between this now?
Yes. So let's do our commercial break so we could do round 2 where we're going to go for a deeper dive.
Yes. Okay, so now we are going to go into round 2 for a deeper dive. And now we have Tajamada here with us. So we're going to have a full panel. So Janelle and your team are going to be back up on the screen. You guys take it away. Is it Janelle? Yes. Is it Janelle? Who is it?
It's Tanja first for round 2.
Round 2?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It could be me. What?
Well, I just saw you guys. It doesn't matter. Round two, starting with, okay, Dr. Tanisha. Let's follow the script so we don't have the mix up.
Okay.
I was going with the flow. You know, sometimes it does have the mix up. So I'm like, I saw you there. So I'm like, okay. I saw everyone except Jane. Jane was misplaced, but I'm like, okay. Are we switching?
Hello, hello, and welcome back. I love that commercial. It is something about the music and the cover of that book with that powerful woman walking down the street with the word pivot. Because a lot of times we look at pivot and it's like Halloween, like, oh, pivot. But it's like, no, she's walking and she's exploring with her nice outfit on and her purse, and she's listening to this music and making decisions and walking into her purpose. So great combination.
Did you see the name of the street she's walking on? She's walking on Success Street.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Well, welcome back, everyone. We are here for our round 2 deep dive. I'm excited to be back with Coach Rhea, Jane, and Jocelyn again. So we will hop right in. So how does the story you share in this book connect to the work you do professionally, and how do you use your journey now to help others? And we'll start with Jane.
Thank you so much. So happy to be back. So I'll just start with my life is really now focused on just helping women. And the reason why I help women is that I grew up with a lot of female influence, from my mother to my aunties, my sister, my grandmother. And I had a present father, and I had a lot of role models, uncles, but just the influence of the women over me, and even over the years as my supervisors, it's just been huge. But also just seeing the plight of women, especially in Africa. So my life right now is focused on totally serving women. I did it before in my professional life, but it was amongst other things. So right now I help organizations to design strategies that enable them to serve women better. But I also do it directly through coaching women on money issues. So as I said, I target women mostly as an entry point, because and my goal is really to help entire families, because based on my experience and as a person, I know that when a woman has a handle on the money, the family is likely to benefit. But I also hope to reach couples and families, because if you're married, if you're in a relationship, you might learn all that you want about money, but if you and your partner are not aligned, you're not going to move anywhere. So I use women as an entry point, and I share with them the mistakes that I made, the lessons that I learned, the strategies that have worked for me and my family. I'm so convinced in the power of us as women, or as people, being able to use the tools that we have in our hands to reach where we want to go. As I said before, I see having a salary as a very powerful tool. I've seen people say that you can't become a millionaire on a salary, and the goal is not really to become a millionaire, but your salary is a very, very powerful tool. When I was growing up, my mother taught me that when you have an itch on your back, you can only use your hand or whatever is nearest to you, a stick or sometimes even a cup or whatever, to scratch it. Yes, you may get help from someone else, but it won't feel the same. The itch will only go away when you use what you have in your hand. So I really believe in the power of women believing in themselves, using the tools that they have available to them to reach where they want to go. And this comes from a place where both my husband and I had good salaries, but we didn't know how to manage the money. So until we took a deliberate step to be intentional with our money, to come up with a strategy to where we wanted to go, we were not progressing in life. So this is my main focus right now. Thank you.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jane. And thank you for the work that you're doing, because that in empowering women to manage money is powerful within itself. And I think it disrupts a taboo that women can't be good with money, or that the math is too hard and we can't figure it out. But you're saying, no, we can. And let me show you how. And it's so powerful for women, but also for girls and even young boys to see women managing money in a way that's healthy, and I think it's just powerful. So there's a generational ripple effect that you're contributing to. That's beautiful. Jocelyn, what would
Yes.
you say? How does your story in the book connect to the work you do professionally, and how do you use your journey now to help others?
All right. Well, so on my in my story, it has taught me a lot about myself, both my personal and professional life. For example, only like in the last year, the year before, in the recent years, I have realized that I'm a technician. So, for example, in the book oh shucks, the myth, it says that people they have like three managers in them, three people in that: the entrepreneur, the technician, and the manager. And of the three, the technician is where it blossoms the most in me. So, for example, I see a lot of business owners that they want stuff done. They know that they need it for the business. So, like for example, let's say graphic designs, right? They know they need a beautiful flyer so they can promote their business. They just don't have the time or the skills to do that. So, but here I am, it's like, oh, I can do that perfectly. I already see the vision, right? So
Mhm.
once they tell me what they're looking for, what are the brand colors, I'm like, all right, let me do my magic. I go in, I do the work, and bam, they're happy, and everybody's like, oh my god, I love this flyer, it stands out. And like for one of my other clients, she is recently doing a financial class, and she gave me her first flyer, and I saw it, and I told her, okay, girl, I need to change. Like I see the message, but it's not popping with your current design. So I just went in, revamped it, and she's like, wow. You know, she's so amazed by it, and she just went, and people are signing up. Like the ad is still running, right? So people are signing up, and then she's telling me, "Oh, I have an email list from all the people who have done financial class with me," and I'm like, use it, like use that email. So once this ad is running, I need you to send an email blast, start get people sign up on this class already. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. And I sign up into her list, so that way I'll make sure that she did send the email. And I saw it, and I'm like, I love this. So a few days after that, I follow up with her and was like, so how did it go? And she's like, I sent my email, and I'm like, I know because I saw it. And she said, I already got a few people sign up. And I'm like, that is great. So we will get more people, more eyes on her financial class. And it works because here in Belize, um, some people are not finance savvy, or they don't know how to run a budget. I mean, I was one of those people, so now I'm improving thanks to her class. So that's one thing that we're doing, and now I'm going to fix up her website because at this moment it's just a landing page. Everything is, I see the order, but we just need to expand on it more, make it more mobile friendly. Just a little tweaks here and there, so she is ready. And now she's even thinking of going to the call centers in our country and offer the financial class to the HR so the HR can do it to the employees. And I'm like, go for it, girl. And she's like, oh, do I need to go to this time? She was like, yes, the more eyes, the better. So that's on my professional life. Now, in my personal life, the technician still comes up in me. And for example, like one of my hobbies, or yeah, or one of my moments to de-stress from everything, or just to stay away from the from technology, is crocheting. So a lot of people, they see it as something difficult. They don't get it, and I'm like, this is the easiest thing ever. And the thing is, I learned crochet when I was like what, between 9 to 12 years old, and then I didn't touch it. Only recently I picked it up, and it's like I recently learned it. So I'm here doing my very technical hobby. I created Spider-Man plushes for my boys, and everybody's like, I don't know how you do it, girl. I can't see it. And I'm like, this is so easy. So yeah, the technician in me just blossoms. And that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm a technician, and I can use this skill to help businesses have a online presence.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jocelyn. And I love how you recognize your strengths. Like, I'm a technician, you see all the little pieces and all the little parts, and you're able to put them together without becoming overwhelmed with it. That is such a strength. And I love the way, even though it feels easy to you, that you still label it as magic. Because I think when we understand that our gifts are magic, then they're not just ordinary. They're like, this helps to transform someone's life. And while it's easy to me, it is not easy to everyone. Like, you were talking, and I'm like, as soon as you said crochet, and I'm like the product is really cute, but yeah. And so it's that of like, even though it comes easy to you, that you still understand it and you honor it and protect it as a gift. And I think that's just important for each of us to really, no matter how easy it is, to protect that as a gift. Thank you for sharing that. So can you tell us also, Jocelyn, about your business or purposeful work that grew from your pivot? So you kind of talked about like your website design, and also I heard some accountability in there. So it sounds like Coach Rhea, you got that Coach Rhea push. Like, hey, you need to go and set up this website, and I'm signing up to make sure that you send out this email. And so, what the place where you found success and now serve others? Can you speak to that?
Okay, well, in my business, I offer website design, messenger chatbot, website maintenance, hosting. So all the very technical stuff that business owners really don't want to deal with, or they don't want to, you don't have the skills or time to learn it. So this is where I come in, and I'll be like, okay, you focus on your business because you're the expert in that area. Leave me to deal with this because this is where I can make it work. So like example, recently during the entire anthology with Rhea, she's like, okay, I want to do a landing page, and I want to have these stuff. So I just don't know how to do it, and I want to have a time limit as well, and I want to sell it. So I'm like, okay. So she one thing I love about Rhea is that when she gives me the document, she gives me everything. Like, she's like, I want
Very
this
thorough.
this page, I want this link to go to this place. And for example, in the graphics, I want the graphics, here are my brand colors, these are the images that I would like to use. I'm like, okay, no problem. So she gives me that information. We don't speak for like a day or two because I already know what she likes and stuff, and I just went with it.
Uh-oh, is she stuck on everyone's side or just mine?
She's stuck here on everyone's side, I believe.
Okay.
Her internet. It's her internet.
Okay, maybe we'll circle back to.
Yes.
Hello?
Okay.
Am I still here?
Okay.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you're back.
I'm here?
You're back. Yes.
Oh, thank you. All right, then. Sorry about that. Internet's been going
So
spotty.
you were
So
saying that I give you the fly, I give you everything, so we don't talk for like 2 days, and then you come back and voila.
With
yes,
magic.
so yes, and we're just like, wow, this is what I want. And then just and we're
She
good, we're
designed
good.
my website, by the
Then the
way.
other one was
Dara
her business.
Publishing is all her.
Beautiful job.
Yeah. And then she also told me about her business email. She's like, I wanted a business email, but I couldn't go. It's like, okay, send me your logins for your hosting. Let me figure it out. And I'm like, okay, Rhea, you have your business email. It's now just to set it up on your phone and laptop, and you're good to go. So that's what I bring to business owners. I bring them smiles. I give them time. They don't have to stress about this stuff. I stress about it. You just deal with your business.
I love that. I love that, Jocelyn. And it sounds like you give them peace. You
Yes.
help them have peace that they don't have to worry about. You like, I got this, and you go with that. And I love that because one of the things I always say is that I feel like sometimes we spend so much time trying to do things and trying to learn things that are like foreign to us or that we even have no desire to learn. And it's like play to your strong hand. And in the technical realm, you, Jocelyn, are the strong hand. You like, I got this. That's my lane. Give it to me. I can take
Yes.
it from here, and you can go and focus on your purpose.
Exactly.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Jane, can
Yeah.
you tell us about your business or purposeful work that grew from your pivot in the place where you found success and now serve others? And I know you previously spoke about a little bit about what you do, but like, please
Yeah.
tell us.
Yeah, so I've really talked about working with women, helping women. But my passion and the business that I do, the financial coaching for women, my goal is really to help women make sense of money, to get to a place of peace where they're not struggling anymore and just enjoy life at work, at home, because I believe not everyone has to pivot away from their job to
Mhm.
enjoy life. You can just enjoy life where you are. If your job is okay, if it's fulfilling, you can still enjoy your life if you get a handle on your money. We are here for a short while, so we might as well enjoy while we are at it. So when I work with you, I start from the basics, from defining your goals. Where do you want to go in the short term? 1 year, 2 years, medium term, 5 years, to long term. When do you want to retire? Where do you envision yourself retiring? Big goals. When do you want to buy a house and things like that? So we define your goals. And then we go back and then look at your current status because I've seen that it is always assumed that if you earn a lot of money, then you're just going to meet your milestones, your
Mhm.
goals, and then you're going to be successful. Voila. It doesn't happen that way if you don't understand your money. So we go back to your money and look at it. You have we are assuming you have an income. Maybe it's from your salary, maybe it is from your business. And so with this money that you have, how does it compare to where you want to your goals? So then we dig deep and we identify what's stopping you from reaching your goals. It could be your mindset. Is it money traumas from childhood? Is it your belief? So for me, for example, one of my problems was a scarcity mindset. Having come from poverty, I believed in grabbing and spending as soon as the money came because I thought it would get lost. So we look at your mindset, what's stopping you. We also look at how you're managing your money. Where are the leaks? And one of the areas where people's money leaks is mostly in debt. So debt can be a good tool to use if you know how to use it. But if you're not using it well, you will be earning that salary. It's all going to paying credit left, right, center, and you're not growing. We look at your money habits. Are you tracking your money? Are you budgeting? And do you have the right knowledge to do these things? And each person is unique. So we will look at your current status as you are. So then based on this, I'll help you design a strategy, which will include you setting up your foundation. Things like, do you have an emergency fund? Because a lot of times we find ourselves living paycheck to paycheck, taking credit because we don't have the basics like an emergency fund that allows us to attend to emerging issues. So then we come up with a plan for your savings. So you're not just saving or investing haphazardly, but you have knowledge on what investments to select for what goals. So for example, if you want to take your child to a good school in 5 years' time, where are you going to put your money to enable you to do that? If you want to invest money for retirement, you're not going to put in a short-term instrument and your need is immediate. So if you want to take your, where I come from, people like to invest in land a lot and people just buy land because everyone else is doing it. But if you bought that land because you wanted to take your child to school and when that need comes and you can't sell that land, then it's not useful to you. So I help you to choose investments, make investments decisions based on your needs and your goals and where you want to go. So the basic idea is just not to jump into any investment because you've seen it online, your neighbor did it, your sister did it, but does it fit into your plan? And this also helps people, women, to avoid wasting money, being scammed. Before I reached this point, my husband and I had wasted a lot of money doing investments without being informed. So that's the business that I do. I help women make sense of money, take control, find financial clarity, and unlock the path to financial freedom, which will enable them to make choices in life. Choices in terms of the job they want to do, where they want to stay, just choices on how to do life, basically. Thank you.
I love that, Jane. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing that process. And it sounds like it's not something that's topical. Like you're digging beneath the root to say, okay, what is happening? Where are you at? Where would you like to be? And what's in the middle? How do we get the middle part taken care of? And what came to me as you were speaking is that you're an author in this anthology, but you're helping women write money stories every day. Like, what is it that you want to do with this money? What do you want this to feel like? What life do you want to have? And helping them create vehicles to get there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So for someone who may be on the fence about pre-ordering the book, and it sounds like you have a very powerful story in this book, Jane, why should they read Pivoting into Success, and how do you believe your story will inspire or equip them?
Yes, so potential clients out there, everyone listening to this, please buy the book. Just not for my story, it's incredible. You're going to learn a lot. But we have amazing women we are 7 women with different journeys and stories, with a lot of lessons and takeaways that you will learn from. And pivoting is not easy. It requires courage. It helps you to see how other people have done it. You will see the struggles we went through. So now we've just touched on it, but in the book, you will see what were our mindsets, what are the questions we asked, the considerations we had to make. So you will see the struggles we went through, and you will see that they're probably not just unique to us. You will see yourself in some of the stories. There's always something new to learn. And this book is just not educational. It's also entertaining. It's a great read on the bus, on the plane, on a Saturday afternoon. Our stories are entertaining, and you hear stories from Belize, Kenya, Trinidad and Tobago, the US. Go for it. Order it. I'll be ordering it for some of my friends and for my relatives as well. You will love it. I promise you.
Awesome. That's a great commercial, Jane. You just really you really hyped this up. And I love it that you spoke to the journey of pivoting, that it's not just this one-time thing, that it's a journey and it continues. Like it's not, well, I just pivot one time and I'm done pivoting. Like it's a continuous pivot. And hopefully over time, we're gaining the skills to be able to pivot sooner and to be able to pivot better. And so I love that. Jocelyn, what would you like for people to take away about why they should be ordering Pivoting into Success, and how your story will inspire or equip them?
All right, so my story, they will learn not to be afraid of failure. They will learn to embrace it and view it in a new way that will give them the confidence so they can become a better person. And then also they will also read from 5 other authors how they pivot, and they can relate to them as well. For example, I believe it was Jane's chapter that I read, and there were moments where she wasn't happy, right? And I was like, this has happened to me. I can completely relate to her. So I'm like, I'm not the only one that went through this. Thank God. I love her story because of that. I was able to connect with her. And this is just one person, just myself. So imagine if more people read this book. They will be able to connect with 6 authors. They will learn from their life, what they went through in life, the lessons they learned. So you don't have to go through the same path that we took. We already went through it. We grew from it, and we have life lessons. We have tips. and you can take those steps, apply it to your life, and just avoid a lot of bumps on the road. So you'll be prepared for new bumps on the road of your life.
I love it. Another great commercial. Thank you, Jocelyn, for that. And thank you for just sharing your feedback about reading James chapter, because a lot of times that's where we get stuck. We think that we're the only one that's stuck in a certain place, or we the only one that has failed in a certain part or not understood a certain thing. And we take the key and lock our own self up in a room and like, no, I'm not going to go into my purpose because all of these things are happening. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. But when you read about someone else's life and say, oh no, they got stuck like 1, 2, 3, 4 this many times and they made it to the other side of that stuck and they're continuing to move forward, it normalizes the process. And I think it gives us hope in ways that we wouldn't have experienced it previously. So that is beautiful. Thank you both for sharing. Coach Ria, I'm going to turn it over to you. Is there anything you would like to add to this?
No. I'm just really proud of my ladies. I'm just proud of them. And I just love the fact that, as they answer the question, they are able to see where they are positioned within the book and where they are positioned even right now within their own life. As Joycelyn said, she's overcoming fear. And each chapter, it's a representation of their journey. And it's just a snippet, right? So I do hope that one day they will evolve and write their own full, memoir or self-help book, really highlighting this full journey, because their story is powerful. They all have a book within them with their story that is actually a business, right? It's attached to the business. So it's like, this is why you should work with me. That's their book. This is why you should work with me, because I help women do XYZ. I help busy entrepreneur do XYZ. I cater events, or I overcome XYZ. And because of that, I am dominating now as a caterer. I do XYZ. And because of that, I have my own online platform. There's more authors to come and share what they do. So I don't want to run ahead and say it. But, I'm just really in awe, and I'm just proud, and I'm just sitting here, and when I sit here in this place of being the creator, the visionary, the one who God saw the vision in, and I see it, be birthing, I'm proud and I'm happy and I'm sad. It's surreal. But what I really, really just want to see, to be quite honest, I want to see them blossom and grow. I don't want today to just be a fanfare. We get pretty and we come and we do this event, or we go out there and we throw one big book launch and we sell some books and then it's ended. I truly want that pivot to continue. The pivot that they already started in their life, but also the pivot that they see that, because in life we'll continue to pivot. Life, because we continue to evolve and grow. When I see where I was 9 years ago in my business, many pivots I have taken along the way on this same journey. I have not come off of being a publisher or an author, but I've just evolved and grown. And as a result of that, I'm pivoting. I'm just now pivoting to being a course creator now, right? So I want them to continue pivoting, and that's all. I don't want them to stop. And with that, let's take our commercial break. I think we finished with this round, right?
Yes.
And let's bring
Thank you all.
And then we'll bring on our next panel. And then we're going to go into the authors are going to come on and speak independently about why you should support them, share about the journey. We sort of a little bit pressed for time, but listen, we just want to continue going until you guys finish with your pre-order campaign, because that is what we're here about. We're pressed for time because, we're just a little bit over talking sometimes, but it's good stuff, right? It's good stuff. Okay, so let's commercial break. Okay, so we are back with our final round of author questions, and we have Rona, we have Tanja, and we have Tajumade here with Dr. Janelle Jones, and we are going in for a deeper dive. And here is where the author is going to get a little bit more deeper into themselves, their journey. And I really don't want you guys to be shy about what you do, right? Professionally, as I told you guys before, Jane was very expressive. Joycelyn was very expressive. So Tajamade, Tonja, Rona, I want you guys to, when that question comes, don't be shy. Let your listeners, don't even be taken back by the numbers right now. Facebook, like they just don't like people like us. There's no way that all of us is live at the same time, and this is our viewership. But nevertheless, people are going to see the replay, right? So I want you to act like we have hundreds of people in front of us, and I want you to share about your business, right? Share about what you do, share about your passion as best as you can, right? And tell them where they could find you and follow you. Okay? Take it away.
Yes. All right. So thank you, Miss Tanisha, for the second round. The ladies, we're going to go right into it. So I am going to start with Tajamade, and we're going to really get into talking about how does the story you share in this book connect to the work you do professionally, and how do you see your journey now to help others? Are you on mute? You're on mute. It's okay, girl. The internet working, so that's all we need.
Right. I was talking. All right. So, yeah, my story and my purpose are completely intertwined. So I'll say everything I've built, from my brand to writing, was born out of pretty much obedience on what I do. Professionally, I've learned that work that I do isn't just business, it's also ministry and motion. I use my journey to help others recognize that no matter where they are in life, that alignment is still possible. And I've walked through many storms. I've faced some uncertainty. I'm pretty sure that we all have in life. And I've had some moments where I've questioned if God, if I was qualified. But God kept reminding me that when you walk in purpose, that you can't miss what's meant for you. So now I pour that same message into others, like people that I meet, I'm pouring into them. And I'm just helping them realign with who they are called to be, through my writing, through my books, going through what we go through, different things, that I do. I'm just always pouring purpose into others.
Yes.
Where is your book, Missy?
Where is it?
Where is your book? No, I have the book I have to start ordering my author's book when you see it go live. Glowing True. Look at if I put it close to my light, glowing through what we go through.
Yeah.
Okay? Glowing through what we go through. So I'm here. I'm just promoting everybody. Okay, we're not giving any light here. We're shining it bright. Yes. Shine bright like a diamond.
Yes. Okay. Now y'all see that. So one of the things that was very powerful for me when you're telling this about purpose, how you talk about your stories intertwined. So many people are trying to find their purpose, and they're trying to do all this far reaching, and it's right there. Like, so your purpose was found in your story. So you didn't have to go far. All you're doing is sharing it with others. And I think that's one of the greatest things that's about this book. It's like, listen, your purpose is not in, Timbuktu. It's right there. And you just have to ignite it and understand what that looks like. So I really like that. I also like how you talked about being qualified. A lot of people don't show up because they think they have to have 8 degrees. They have to have all this stuff in order for them to show up or for God to use them. We know many story examples that tell us that is a whole lie, right? That is absolutely not true. And that the fact that God is making a way, putting you in spaces, putting you in rooms, just because of the favor you have on your life is very, very important as you're sharing that. So I really appreciate that. So then we're going to use the same question for Miss Rona. How does the story you share in this book connect with the work that you do professionally? And how do you use your journey now to help others?
Okay, so my story in the book talks about my life, where I started from and where I am now presently. You know, I moved from just cooking random stuff in my kitchen to now owning uh, a catering company. I know I thank God for that. I know it, a verse in the Bible says, Proverbs 18:16, a man gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. And I see where I was and where I am presently, and I know it's only God. So now I like to use my business. So my business is food. So I like to use my business now to give back. So it have times where we will cook, we will feed the homeless. It have times we will team up with non-profit organizations to give back. It has times, you know, my business, I always say, I let everybody cater, meaning who have money could afford me and who don't have money could still afford my services as well. No one is better than no one. All my customers are valued. And you know, my thing is, just how God bless me, I like to bless back the people. So somebody might come to me and say, Miss Rona, what can I get for $15? Other caterer might say, you know what, we don't have nothing at that price. But me, I would find something that you would be comfortable. I would too. Because sometimes it's not, now we need the money. Business is about money, but sometimes it's not always about money. You know, and everybody, sometimes I believe they need somebody to pour into them and give them. And just as I was blessed to have my family, my sister, my husband, my children pour into me, you know, I want to be a blessing for other people, and I want my business to speak about that. It's not mainly about the money, but it's more about the principle. And in my business, we stand only on God and God alone.
I love that. She said we focus on God and God alone. One of the things that you said that was I just want to bring this back. My gifts will make room for me. A lot of times we stay there. A lot of times we're like, okay, God said that if I do this again, we don't even recognize the gift guys give us. Sometimes we forfeit them sometimes, or we abort them sometimes, not understanding that they're actually true gifts. But if God says my gift will make room for you, and I'm going to be honest with you, Rona, I don't read the second part a lot. I'm always like, God said my gift will make room for me, but I don't read that he will bring you in front of great people. I need y'all to connect this dot. If God poured a gift, listen, I don't know. If this is God, if he poured this gift into you, right? And then he said, whatever I gave you, this will make room for you. So wherever you go, whatever you do, this is going to make room for you. And I'm going to place you in front of great men.
Great men.
God is going to do the placement. All you got to do is know the gift and use it. Does that make sense? But yes. What we do is like, we trying to make the gift. We trying to make the placement. We trying to put ourselves here. We trying to do all this stuff that we're like, God is like, what are you doing? The fact that you can identify that this is a gift, I don't care how small it is. If you know how to sew something on a machine, I don't care what it is, you can identify it as a gift and you begin to implement that. God will not only make room and provision for you, but he will also put the people that you need to be in front of.
Yeah, that's true.
So I love that because I don't read the second verse. I love that you're bringing that out. So listen, y'all better get this book. I'm gonna come to everybody's house and then I'm going to see where we're gonna. Because if y'all don't get this book, we're gonna have some issues. Like y'all got gifts that we're sleeping on. We have to really get to a space where we're using this and allow God, trust God. A lot of things was trust God to put us in front of the right people. Amen. All right. So let's talk to you about you, Miss Tanja. How does this story you share in the book connect with the work that you do professionally? And how do you use your journey to help others? And I do want to stop and pause and just also give you my condolences about your sister. I understand that. So I just want to give you my condolences and prayers as you're navigating through the grief journey. I do want you to try to find a therapist if you don't have one. Side note, I probably shouldn't say this, but sometimes we don't recognize how deep grief cuts And we're about to enter the holiday season, so it's going to be very important that you get some help. You don't have to be a therapy, find a group, but anyway, I just want to lend my
That's
condolences.
true. Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. The story I share in this book is the foundation of my nonprofit organization. About what I do by profession, I'm a mail carrier for the post office, and I do share my story with my customers. And I did find a couple of my customers did go through trauma, and they like my story. But my journey of overcoming trauma, finding my voice, walking in purpose led to the creation of my nonprofit, Voices of Empowerment, where I now do the same for others. Through my events, workbooks, and speaking engagement, I use my personal experiences to show people that healing is possible, purpose is real, and their story matters.
I
What
love
once
it.
broke me now fuels my mission to help others rise from pain to power and discover their voice has the ability to change lives.
Mm. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Miss Tanja. I want you to read that last part again because I want them to get that part.
What once broke me now fuels my mission to help others rise
Mm.
from pain to power
Yes.
and discover that their voice has ability to change lives.
Mm, mm, mm. Now that right there, I could just, I could just throw the paper up, in the air and be done. Because what you're telling me is all the things I went through, like you said earlier, that did not kill me.
Yep.
I took that and I created something to help others. Now, one of the things about nonprofits that a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people go into this business and they're like, I want to help others. I want to do all this, kind of like what Jane was saying, where you can use your salary to do certain things, right? Like you're doing this thing where you're like, okay, I have this mission to help other people. And a lot of people like, I'm going to start a business. But what you did is say, I'm going to start a nonprofit from this so I can really help other people. And then I'm still doing the work over here with my salary to fund some other things, right? So it's also it's important sometimes to like take your passion, because a lot of times everybody can't afford our services. Everybody, does that make sense? So it's sometimes it's nice to take it and put it into a nonprofit so that you're able to service it better so that you can get funding. Not that I'm a business expert, just kind of get into that. But for you to take that, for you to take your trauma, for you to give voices of empowerment, for you to really return that into other people has to be fulfilling, because now you get to see other people transform by saying, I didn't give up.
Yes.
I didn't stop. I could have been over here somewhere doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but I didn't. So I just want to really thank you for having the encouragement to keep going, because that's brave. You could have tapped out. So I just want to say thank you for using what God has given you. Let me tell you something. Side note. A lot of times we think our gifts are beautiful and pretty.
Yeah.
Right? We think, we want them to be all bubbly and cute, right? Does that make sense? Oh God, like, ooh, I want to do all this stuff. And a lot of times the thing that you went through the worst is what God is going to use you to help other people. And that could be uncomfortable.
That
Yes.
also.
Yes.
My journey
Yes.
started out very, very uncomfortable. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed to even share anything.
Yes. We be like, Jesus, this cup can pass. Like, God, take this away from me. I don't want to do this.
That's true.
Does that make sense? So let's be real with that. Your gifts are things that you overcame that you probably don't want to deal with anymore. And God is like, no, I need you to help other people. So I just want to say thank you for really using that purpose to help other people and give them the voice to speak. Because we know that trauma is one of those things that silence you. So we really want to say thank you so much. All right. Now I'm going back. We're going back to
Tajumade.
I'm telling you, Tajumade. I know how to say your name, girl. And then we're going to talk about we're going to go
Tajumade.
No, I got it. I'm telling you. You don't understand the practicing that's been going on
I
over
shared
here.
with her last night. It made her night.
Yes,
I
you don't
shared with
understand
her
the
last
practice.
night.
Yes. So I do know how to say it. It's just I'm like excited, so my words are kind of like slurring. So Tajamade. And then we're gonna get into we're gonna tell us about your business or purposeful work that grew from the pivot, the place where you found success and now serve others. Tell us more about that.
Absolutely. So from my pivot, what grew my purpose and became the foundation of everything I do, pretty much it was through creative ventures, writing, speaking to other people about what I've been through. Sometimes you have to have an outlet. Like when you go through certain things, you have to be able to speak it to other people and relate to them. So I've learned how to merge authentically the impact my business Touched by Tejumade. It isn't just about beauty on the outside, but it's also about helping people see the beauty within themselves, the power, who they're becoming. Every person I touch, every word that I write, every platform that I step on is like a reflection and it's alignment, and it has taught me so much. Like it has taught me that transformation starts internally. You got to look inside and see who you are. My success is rooted in serving others, and that service is an overflow of gratitude for what God has done for my life.
Okay, listen, I know. One of the things that I'm loving that you're saying that's really big for me is that beauty is not an outside job. How many times that we see people, especially, let's be real, social media is crazy. Like what's happening, what's going on. But the beauty thing is not an outside job, it's in for inside. And transformation is something that starts within. One of the things that I hear you saying that's a pattern is alignment. Like everything you do is in alignment, right? Like, so if I'm doing this, it's alignment with this. If I'm doing this, it's alignment with this. So everything that you're doing is in alignment. And I love the fact that you're bringing that up. Because when you are in alignment, now I don't believe in that saying, like, I do believe in the saying, stay in your lane. But you can have 3 or 4 lanes. Because a lot of times people be like, oh, you only can do this thing, or you don't do this. You can have 3 or 4 lanes out there, and that's okay. Now you have 3 or 4 lanes out there, but they're all aligned.
Yes.
Everything that you're doing is aligned. And this is how you're getting like the glory and all the things that you need as you're navigating and pivoting to success, is because you made sure that you stayed in alignment. So you weren't trying to be like Rona and go bake you know what I'm saying? You weren't trying to be a caterer. That's not what God told you to do. Rona wasn't trying to do the transformational stuff with the beauty stuff, unless God did tell her that. But that's not what God told her to do. So we're not trying to cross-reference our purpose. We're not trying to unplug and plug here. We have to really be very crystal clear on what God is telling us to do and walk with that. And the more you walk, the more confidence you get, the confidence you become with your purpose. So I really, really like that. The transformation starts within, because a lot of people start looking externally for their transformation. And a lot of people are 65 years old trying to still figure it out. So I really appreciate that. All right. So Ms. Rona, we're going to go with you. Tell us about your business purpose, your business or purpose for work that grew from your pivot, the place where you found success and now serve others.
Okay, so before I pivoted, my business was just cooking a dish here or there. That when I was low surface, when I had low self-esteem. But now, I'm the owner and founder of Ronald Legacy Catering Service, where now I have a big clientele where I have people in high office, political, people in government, people in businesses, people in the health industry, teachers, school, police officers, police station. My clientele grew from a small clientele, to a big clientele. Before I was just serving and dropping off. Now I am cooking. We are serving. We cater to. We do service where we go and we serve. Before it was just I used to employ just my daughters. Now sometimes in a job I employ 12, 13, 14, 15 persons. So I see where I move from one stage to another. I know with doing that, I thank God for that. So I see where when we took the pivot and we start to put work into action, elevation began to take place. And we are still growing because yes, we do politicians, yes, we do this, but no, my dream is to serve the prime minister, probably one day the president, the Red House. We're not going to just settle for small job. But I see the day I took that chance and say, you know what, I am launching out. I see God just start moving me. Every week is something different, higher, higher, higher. From serving 5 persons, last Christmas I had a job where we served over 300 persons. Sometimes when I watch a check and I was watching myself, my name on the check, and I say, you know what? I didn't know I could accomplish that. But I know it's only God. God up to me to myself. I know it couldn't be possible. So, we cater for 300 last year. I know what? This year or next year, we're looking for 5. I know why. I know we could do it. I believe I could do it. And I have faith and trust that it will happen. So if you want to start to pivot, it's have no way going back down. You don't go back. It's only up, 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 and it continue to soar. And right now with my sowing season, I know that I just going with the flow and I taking the right. And we move in.
Girl, listen here. She said, I had low self-esteem. I started at the bottom. Now I'm here. That's what she said, right? She's dropping bars. I'm starting from the bottom. Because she said,
and I just want to interject and say she had now the title founder, right? Caterer. She entrepreneur, but now author. And this time next week, best-selling author. So you're pivoting. It's just more accolades, more, and it's not just her alone, it's everyone. But speaking into her, this is the elevation. This is the elevation. And if she didn't take that pivot, she wouldn't be aligned to be in this book, even if she were my sister, because you had to meet the script, right? You had to have the portfolio. And this is what the pivot is about. As she said, from the moment she pivot, she just start getting opportunities, and she just start moving. And I wanted to see, which is why I'm saying this, it's not just in her business in the realm of cooking, because I even said to her, watch out, when that book is published, I'm getting you on the TV home in Trinidad. You're going to be on the news. Your sister been there 4 or 5 times already. You're going to follow there. I could do that because I have some contacts that I can't promise anybody that here in America, but there's where I'm from, right? So that pivot it's taking her places, and it's going to take each and every one of them, these co-author places, but you're going to have to want to put yourself in some of those places.
Absolutely. And then also one of the things I'm going to bring up is, Rona she decided to jump. She said earlier, I jumped, I took the leap. She just said that she hires 12 to 15 people. Imagine if she didn't walk into her purpose. Mm-hmm. Imagine if she didn't take that leap. Imagine if she didn't decide to say yes to God or trust herself. Where would these people be? So understand that your purpose is not just tied to you. Mm-hmm. Understand it's way bigger than you, because she's going to grow. She said, listen, I'm harvesting now. I've been sowing and sowing and sowing. So if she's getting her harvest now, imagine where she's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now. Now we're moving from 12 to 15 to 24 to 30 people. Does it make sense? All because she said yes. So you really want to understand the importance of walking in your assignment.
Yes.
Amen. Okay, Miss Tanja, say for you, tell us about your business or purposeful work that grew from your pivot, the place where you found success and now you serve others.
First, I want to start off. I don't have my book. My book is on Amazon now. The Evolution of a Victim Turned Victorious.
Oh, yes.
It's bestseller as well. It's based on a true story, and Rhea helped me become Amazon's bestseller.
#1 bestseller.
Yeah. I was gonna say that book looked familiar. Yeah. I remember that. Okay.
2020 bestseller.
Yes.
And from that, I birthed. This is my 8th year.
Yes.
It's my 8th year. It's October 25th.
Next week.
Year, which is Voices of Empowerment.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at that.
You get your tickets off of Eventbrite.
Yes.
Yes.
Where's it located?
No, tell everyone. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. It's in Hollandale Beach, Florida.
Okay.
It's 410 Southeast 2nd Street in Helena Beach, Florida, 33009. Yes. So from my pivot, that's what I birthed. I birthed Voices of Empowerment, a movement that helps individuals heal from trauma and reclaim their purpose. What began as a personal journey of survival has grown into a platform that uplifts others, storytelling, empowerment events, a faith-based healing. I found success in creating safe spaces where people can release their pain, rediscover their voice, and rise stronger. My purpose now is turn my testimony into transformation for others, to remind them that brokenness is not the end. It's the beginning of becoming whole.
Yes. Brokenness, understand that. Brokenness is not what?
The end.
The end. Understand that. Brokenness is not the end. So some of y'all right now feel so broken and defeated. It is not the end. What kept you going? How did you keep moving? You know, like, I think we'll answer them later, but like, you know, you got to think about those things. Like, I could have given up, but it's not the end. And there's more if you continue on a journey to wholeness. Now, she just said, hey, this thing happened to me. These things happened to me. This was the story of my life. But instead of me wallowing in it, I not only did I create a book, but I created other multiple streams of income from my tragedies, from my trauma. So if she can do it, because I know a lot of y'all over there on the other side of this, like, I need to write about that time I was in that abusive relationship. I need to write about that time that I was molested. I need to write about that time that I was treated unfairly on my job. I need to write about that time that X, Y, and Z, because some of y'all, all of y'all, been through something. Y'all need to heal. She mentioned that, right? The beauty, there's a beauty in healing, because you can't be out here having this stuff and not healing from it. You need to heal. But the fact that she's healed and she's able to help other people, you can do the same way. This is why it's going to be very important for you guys to grab this book, because I know everybody on here has been through something or is going through something that they have not resolved. And that thing you're going through that you feel like is a thorn in your side is the very thing God is going to use to heal you and to help other people.
Yes.
So we're going to listen. I'm almost done. Okay, we got one more question for me, and we're going to go back to Tajumade, and we're going to go back to the last question for this group. For someone who may be on the fence about pre-ordering, why should they read Pivoting into Success? And how do you believe your story will inspire or equip them? Is she on? Oh, she's reconnecting.
You can move over to the next person because we're getting crunched for time. Oh. You can move on and come back.
Okay, Rona, I'm going to go to you. For someone who may have been on the fence about pre-ordering, why should they read Pivoting into Success? And how do you believe your story will inspire or equip them?
Okay. Pivoting into success, a roadmap. You know, sometimes you have an idea, you have a thought, but you don't know how to put words into action. Order in this book, read it, you might get an idea how to move, not from my story, but it might be somebody going through something totally different. Tajumada's story or Jane's story or another author's story might gravitate to the person. But you know, I believe everybody sometimes just need a push, you need a starting point, you might need an idea. Order in this book and reading, you can see that anything is possible, because if God could do it for me and I could jump from one stage to another, He could do it for you. But sometimes I just want a starting point, an idea, or somebody to say, you know what? When I read this book, when I purchase this book, I get an idea and you get a motivation. And that's what we plan to do. We already want to motivate someone to let them know if we or the 7 of us could do it, you can do it too.
Yes. You can do it too. And as you heard their stories, they are coming from a space where we didn't even realize what our powers were, our gifts were. And now we hear, right? We hear we're here now. So I want you to understand the importance of this. And while we're like almost done, to understand that God is no respecter of person. If he could do it for you or for them, he could do it for you. So I want you guys to remember that. This is why their stories are important, because you're going to be able to resonate with the things that they wrote. I'm pretty sure you're going to read their stories and you're going to be able to identify yourself in there somewhere. And if God could do it for them, he could do it for you. Thank you, Miss Rona. Okay, go ahead, Miss Tanja. Same for you. For someone who may be on the fence about pre-ordering, why should they read Pivoting into Success? How do you believe your story will inspire or equip them?
But I feel they should read Pivoting to Success because it's more than a book. It's the roadmap to transformation. And every story inside the book, no matter what life throws at you, it could be sexual molestation, it could be a narcissistic relationship, something will happen on a job, something happen at church. No matter what it is, there in this book, that story is going to resonate to someone. My story might not resonate to someone. It might be someone else's story. It might be another author within the book. It does not matter what life throws at you. You still have the power to pivot towards purpose. My story shows that even in the middle of pain, guess what? God can birth something powerful.
Amen. In the middle of the pain, God can birth something powerful. I want to make sure you guys understand the importance of reading these stories. These ladies wrote the stories, and it's very, very vulnerable to put yourself out there. And I want you to understand it's bravery to say, hey, here's my story. I hope it helps you. So this is why it's going to be very important for you to actually go ahead and get your book today. Now, I want to make sure that Taja Made is on before we move on, before I can ask her this question.
Yeah, she's on.
Okay. So for you, I want you the same question. If someone is about to pre-order this book in the
I'm back. My internet bit's choppy, so forgive me, y'all.
It's okay. So for someone who may be on the fence about getting this book, why should they read Pivoting into Success? And how do you believe your story will inspire or equip them? Uh-oh.
So I believe that's a question. So this book, I'm a piggyback right off of Miss Tanja. What she said was amazing, and I agree. We all have amazing stories, and it can resonate with anybody. So I say this book is for anyone that's standing in the way between where they were and where they're going. It's the space where things feel uncertain, but the purpose is still alive. I just want to let you know that the purpose is still alive within you, no matter where you are in life right now. And it's just, letting you know that you're being guided. My chapter in particular will speak to the one who feels like everything is falling. That when life feels out of order, God is always putting you could even imagine. So this book will give readers the perspective, their peace, their permission to trust the process. That's what it's all about, trusting the process. And I want everyone who turns those pages to pretty much walk away knowing that you're going to grow no matter what. And every page in this book is going to enlighten you. And I can say that myself because I've read all of the chapters and I was touched by each and every author.
Yes. Every page in this book is going to do something. Sometimes we forget about the power of a book. When someone is writing a book, it's like having a conversation with them and getting into their mind about how you're able to move on from one place in your life to the next. These lovely ladies have took their time to do that for you. You don't have to figure it out on your own. You don't have to keep trying to run around aimlessly. It's not too late. That's one of the message I get for you. It's not too late. It's not too late. Your purpose is still there. God birthed you with the purpose. Actually, before you even were in your mother's womb, he created a purpose. So this is your opportunity to sit down with each author. And this is a life-changing moment that you can get from each of them. So we encourage you to make sure you order your book today. Ria, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and we'll go from there.
Okay, guys. Whew. We are a little over time, but let me tell you something. Sometimes when you think about the time, you just have to let the time go because everything was on point. I don't think anyone really went over. It's just really flowing into such meaningful, powerful, conversation. What I have come to understand as we are having this event here today and listening to everyone, which I've already sort of see is that, or known, is that we are all operating in obedience. And once you operate in obedience, there's nothing negative that could really happen, right? Because scriptural, we know obedience is heaven's first law. And we are walking or we are operating in our purpose in this space. Now, as Janelle said, that we can be in multiple lanes, right? So it's not like, okay, well, you should only be on a purpose-driven path. No, that's not what I'm saying, right? So we could have a job, we could have other things that we are doing, but within this space, that word alignment, as she mentioned, that Tajamade reference quite often, is very present, right? Because in order for us to come together, in order for us to be on the same page, in order for this book to have a strong message and for us to be in unison, we have to be in alignment. The message has to align, the purpose has to align, the mission has to align. But so as a team, as a body of people coming together to work in a collaboration, we need to be in alignment. But as an individual, within your own self and your own space, you need to be in alignment with the message. You need to be in alignment with your purpose, because you cannot be seeing this is your gift, but you want to go on the opposite side. It's not going to work. And when there is an alignment, like for example, Tajamade's chapter is saying when it all come together or align together. I can't remember the exact wording, but for her chapter, it had a puzzle pieces that connect. And when it all come into alignment, a connection take place. And when it fit in together, right, it means that it connect. And what I am seeing here, and I want to share this because as we're sitting here, and even though it's all about you guys, it's also about me. But I'm sitting back here being humble in this space because I'm watching God's vision that He laid in my heart manifest. So I'm in this place of being humble. And while I never made this anthology about God, or I never made this book about it being a spiritual book, yet still I sat here and everyone spoke spiritually. And it's in reference to who I am, because I always say this is a business, but I'm in ministry. This is a business, but God told me He would send or He would assign the right client to me. And the people who come to me, they are always people who come knowing in God, believing in God, talking about God, confessing in God. And God is the one directing their path. So I could easily be who He needs me to be, and they could easily be who they are or who He wants them to be. And there is a divine connection and alignment. And as a result of that, it will blossom and it will grow. And we all operated in obedience. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone. So for the sake of time now, we are going to, let me just make sure I'm not going to be rushing it and skipping something. Okay, we are going into the author highlights, right? What I just realize, I kept saying, why it is I'm not seeing Jane online? Why am I not seeing Jocelyn online? And I just decided I asked them before and they say, yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. But I wasn't seeing them. And I just noticed that there are locks on their profiles. So I don't know how that happened, what to do. So I don't think it's anything for us to do on the back end because we didn't do anything on the back end with the people who pages are live. I'm not sure if everybody's locked, but
Rhea, they just have to. A lot of times that mean that it's private. They have to go in their settings and share with everyone.
right. No, but there's a lock, like where it's public. So they should probably have to go in there and make it public.
Yes.
So there's a lock there, where it's saying private, but like I don't know why, because like Rona, it is live, and somebody else touched by Tajumade, it is live. They didn't went in to have to do anything. So, but here's why I told everyone to make their page public. So I think because they have it friends only, that is why they are encountering that issue. So perhaps they didn't do that step. But I'm now noticing it because I kept going, even though I'm here and I'm like, why am I not seeing them live? And also, why is the viewership so low? And Tanja, you need to check as well because I'm not seeing you showing up. So anyhow, I'm saying that now because now is your spotlight moment. Everything else was important, but this part mattered the most. So go into your where the lock is. If you click right there, hit public. Okay, because now is your moment to speak to your audience, and I can't troubleshoot behind the back because I'm present talking. So that's why I'm sharing that with you guys now to do. Right? Have you guys done so? Yes? Okay. So are you live now? Jane, Joycelyn? I don't want you guys to miss your moment when you're talking, moving forward and talking directly to your audience. Okay, so let's proceed. So now we are going to go in. Because of that, I'm going to start with Tanja, who is first, and I'm going to start with Rona, who is second. So Jane and Joycelyn, Tajumade, and Rona are the first two to go. So you guys have the opportunity to work out that on your back end. Okay, so now we are going to go into where the author is going to come up. You guys have roughly, let's take about 3 minutes to talk about you, your book, and to encourage your viewers to purchase. So we're going to bring Tajumade up along with her book. There's a QR code there. There's the link that is going to be in the banner. And I also want to mention on my post and also in Tajumade post, there's also the link to buy and visit her website. So make sure to let your readers know, your viewers know as you're talking. Your link is in the post. The link is also on the screen. Take it away.
First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who's watching tonight. I do appreciate you. I want to let you know whose work inspires others to heal, grow, and walk boldly within your purpose. As the founder of Touched by Tajumade, an online boutique and skincare with the love of empowerment and transformation, where beauty meets authenticity. Because, you know, my journey is something that I feel that you all can relate to. You can reach me at touchedbytajumade.com. You can also reach me on Instagram, instagram.com/touchedbytajumade, and also on Facebook as well. And I want to thank you so much for your support. And that's it.
Okay, So next it is Rona. And don't rush it. I know you guys probably feel a little bit anxious and we are a little strapped for time, but give yourself a 2 to 3 minutes. Don't forget to let them know where to find you. Let them know that the link is in your post. Take it away. It's also up in front.
I would like to thank everyone for continue supporting me on my journey from start to from where I was to now. And I pray that you will continue to stay with me as I continue on my journey. I'm looking forward to you all supporting me in my book. I'm ordering my books. You all can reach me at ronamorris06@gmail.com. You can reach me through my Facebook page, Rona Legacy Catering Service. I know I want to thank you all. I want to leave these words with my viewers. I want to tell you all that you are special. You are worthy. You can do it. Have faith in yourself. Take your leap. Find your gift and use it the best of your ability. Don't sleep on your gift. It may be your time to pivot, to take charge.
Okay, good. Okay. So next is Tanja.
Hello. I want to thank everyone for watching.
You have to come up on the screen. He has to bring you up. Once you're okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I want to thank everyone for watching and supporting my journey. My story is one of a pain and purpose and transformation. I've walked through trauma, silence, and brokenness, but I refuse to stay there.
Yes.
Through faith and perseverance, I found my voice and turned my pain into purpose. That journey birthed Voices of Empowerment, my nonprofit that helped others heal and rise stronger. Pivoting into success shares how I turned life's hardest moments into stepping stones. I pray my story reminds readers that no matter what you've been through, you can rise, you can rebuild, you can walk boldly in your purpose. Don't be ashamed, don't be afraid, walk in it. Do not care what others say. Once you start sharing your trauma, you will heal. I can be found on Facebook, Voices of Empowerment, TikTok, Voices of Empowerment, and also Instagram, Voices of Empowerment. Thank you. And buy the book. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Okay, great. So now we are going to move on to Jane.
Can you hear me? Thank you, everyone. I think it's been a great day, a great pleasure, and an honor to be part of this Pivoting into Success. It is a great book, all the stories, but my story particularly, I hope if you are in that place in your career where you're not feeling fulfilled, you've worked so hard, but you don't see where your money has gone, you don't see what you're doing, what value it's adding, it will give you some, at least some peace to know that other people go through this. It is not you. Hopefully, it will help you find some questions that you can ask yourself as you navigate this space. It will help you to find some strategies that can work for you. But above all, I hope that you can discover that enough is what you define, not what people define for you. So define what is enough for yourself and find help. In my book, I talk about what I do, how I help women to work towards finding that peace and that freedom that helps them to live a fulfilled life. So please go ahead, buy the book, buy for your friends, buy for your relatives, and it will be worth your time. Thank you so much.
Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I really need you guys, all the viewers, to support, support, support. If you're catching it on the live, if you're catching it on the replay, support your favorite author, support your friend, your sister, your cousin, your daughter, your niece, your aunt, whoever they may be. Perhaps you don't know anyone on the screen, but you just hear the story. Perhaps you just connect with them, that smile, the story, the accent, whatever it may be. The key thing is to support by pre-ordering. In the body of the post on my page, on my website, you are going to see all the links to all the author website on the flyer that is presented on the screen. If you hold your phone up, we're in this technology time. There's a QR code, so you could use that and you could scan the QR code. You could go back to the replay. Also in the banner, there's also the website URL that is going across the screen. So please support, but pre-order is open, right? So you guys could order the book. So we have 𝐸 coming up next. 𝐸 left? Okay, I think I heard she left. Okay, I'm hearing that her video wasn't coming up. I don't know if she will come back on. Just some of you have some technical issues with your Wi-Fi, but nevertheless, I'll talk for 𝐸. So please, 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 𝐸 book is her chapter in her book is very inspirational. You know, when you think about her journey, it's like that journey that the butterfly goes through. You know, they first started up as the cocoon and then they transform into the caterpillar. I hope I'm saying it correct. No, the caterpillar, whatever is the flow right now, but eventually they turn into a butterfly and they fly away. You know, 𝐸 definitely, she went through that stage of where she overcame that fear. She pivoted, she believed in herself, she embraced her transition. She said yes, she shared that story. She has a unique talent. You know, one might say, she would say that, you know, she has that technical skills, but she has that technical skills that every entrepreneur need. Not even just entrepreneur, but so many people in business, educators, anyone that really needs help with their gadget, the computer. And it's all about that within the book. And she's showing you how she took that skill that one might say is so simple, and she's able to build an empire. And I know that she's going to continue to climb. So please, please, please purchase the book. Purchase the book. It's not just 𝐸, but I'm now speaking for all of the authors, each and every one. I'm not talking about my story. Purchase their book and you'll hear what my story is all about. It is a secret hidden gem in there. Okay, so purchase the book. Go to your author, go to your friend, go to your sister, whoever they are to you, and support. The book is up, the pre-order is open today. If you visit the author website, you are going to see where you can pre-order. There is specific information there that will let you know when the book is going to be shipped to you. You have the opportunity to let them know what name to be signed on the book, and they are going to send out a special package. So support. You are going to be the one to get the special delivery, the pre-orders, right? I know that they're going to make that really special for you, right? For 𝐸, I believe she's having a digital pre-order going on. So please support your authors. Please support your family and your friend. No more than ever, we need that unity. We need that support. You guys have heard from each and every one of the authors here today, and you guys have heard the story. Everyone went, correct? Good. You guys have heard their stories. You guys have heard about the book. You guys have heard about the book mission. You guys have heard, you could bring everyone back on, right? about the program, and now that you perhaps you're taking in the replay, or perhaps you're one of the 5 right now on live, I'm pretty sure you feel inspired. And I want you to implement. And that implementation, right? It looks something like saying to yourself, you know what? I think I'm going to just walk my fingers over to a phone. I want you to pivot. Take your fingers over and go to your phone screen, click on that link, and order that book. Go check out the beautiful website that was created by 𝐲𝐶. Okay? Go read their bios. Go watch that book trailer one more time, and then find your way over to that shopping cart and pre-order. And if you haven't done it yet, follow these dynamic women on their social media platform. Follow all of them. Okay, I understand that Jane is your girl, yes, but follow the rest of them. I understand that woohoo, you love Janelle, but follow the rest of them. Yes. Let's follow and support each other. Together we rise. Okay, so with that being said, I just want to thank you guys. We're a little bit late. I think I'm going to skip the Q&A. I will get to every question in the comment. I would personally visit the comment and answer every question. I think Andre said it had a couple questions. I told him to put it in the banner, but I'm just for the sake of time, I personally, when I end this live, I would go in and I would answer every question. Okay, so what I want to do right now is allow Dr. Janelle Jones to give us her closing thoughts on the book, and then the both of you, Dr. Janelle Jones and also Dr. Tanisha will give us your closing thoughts.
Yeah.
We're going to get ready to wrap up. Let's everyone stay on the screen here moving forward.
Listen, so we have been here for 3 hours, 3.5 to be exact.
Yes.
Really diving into this amazing opportunity for you to get this book, for you can actually succeed into pivoting. I want to see, Rhea wants to see, the authors want to see you guys go support, not just because this is a great book, but because I believe it's going to be life-changing. So if you are a person and you know that you got gifts, or if you're unsure of your gifts, I hope that you go get this book so that you can resonate with their stories about how they were able to pivot into success.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Dr. Tanisha, thank you.
This has been such an amazing event. So I'm so excited for everyone to get the book. And as we talked about, I think it was Rona that said that a pivot goes up and up and up, and we continue to soar. So we know it's not a one-time thing. It's something that we continue to do. And so I am encouraging everyone to go and get the book. That pivoting into success is your roadmap. It's a compass as you journey to let you know during those tough times that you're not by yourself. During the times that you feel like you are an anomaly because you failed, that you can read the stories of other people and the challenges of other people who got stuck in maybe the same place and were able to get the resources and support that they need to be able to continue to move forward, and know that you are right on track, and know that the only way you really fail, we talk about failure, but the only way you really fail is if you bury your gifts and you choose not to do anything. And so I'm excited about this. Congratulations to all of the authors for being so bold and courageous and sharing their stories. And I'm looking forward to the ripple effect that this book will have on people that read it, their loved ones, their families, and their friends. So thank you so much to everyone for supporting this. And again, thank you to the authors, and congratulations for making it to this point. And I just wish each of you continued success.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, as we're getting ready to wrap up, I'm always filled with gratitude. And gratitude is something that I think the world need a lot of. Sometimes people feel because I pay for something, simply saying thank you is enough. Or sometimes people just lack that gratitude. And what does gratitude look like? Gratitude is something that, it comes from deeper in. Thank you is manners. I say it all the time. We say it effortless. It's just if you have it in you, somebody gives you something, you say thanks, and it flows. But gratitude sits with you. Gratitude is even after the occasion to ponder and to think and to say, oh wow, and to come back a second time. Gratitude, it leaves you in awe. And gratitude helps you to be appreciative. Gratitude keeps you in a place that sometimes if someone mess up because of what or that who that person are, you reflect on that. That gratitude will make you look at that person and have humility for them. And right now I'm in this space of gratitude. And gratitude is something that I practice. It is something I don't even have to say I practice it. It's just like something within me so deep. And as I sit here, even though this is business, and even though each and every one of my co-authors, they invest in themselves to be here, I am in gratitude to you guys that you guys said yes to me, that you guys said yes to this mission, that you guys said yes to the purpose behind this book. Because of that yes, we are here today. And as I said, and I have prayed for you guys in person, I've prayed for you guys when I'm in my quiet place. It is my sincere hope that you guys evolve beyond this anthology, beyond even what you're doing right now. And within this program that is going to have, I hope everything stick, but they're going to have a lot of things that's going to take root and that it's going to blossom and it's going to grow and that you guys would really be able to transform. And I just want to let each and every one of you know, right, from Tajamade, Rona, Tanja, Robin, who's absent, Jane, Joycelyn, I appreciate you guys. I am so thankful. I am filled with gratitude that you guys said yes. And because of that, yes, this vision has come to life. This book cover is not a make believe, but it is actually a vision that God showed me, a vision for this cover. And I was able to fully bring this into manifestation. For Dr. Tanisha Freeman Frost, and also Dr. Janelle Jones. Thank you guys so much for also saying yes. Janelle, you are super busy. Seeing, I don't want to misquote, but I think probably almost 100 people a month, client a month, and you said yes to me. And today is your rest day, and you're putting in 4 hours here right now. And I know even though we do this all the time, we still always feel anxious. So there's a mental stress that would have started happening since yesterday, that takes a toll on our bodies just to be prepared for today. So I don't want to not acknowledge it. I am truly, truly grateful, and I'm thank you for the opportunity of having you. You're not physically at the side of me, but you are the side of me, and I'm so thankful. Right. And the same for Dr. Freeman. I am so thankful that you said yes. You too are a very, very, very busy woman. And aside from being a very busy woman, yes, we are friends. Yes, I know you. But our relationship, our friendship, it is like what, a year old? Less than a year. We are approaching a year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's November or October. I think this month or next month will make it a year. Because I had my live in October where I did that master class. I think I did join. I can't remember. Or no, you didn't join me. You called me. But anyhow, it's approaching a year, right? Because and here we are. You could have said, I'm busy. There are people who know you for a long time and they don't want to invest their time in you. They, for whatever reason. But you also said yes. You said yes. Even when we met up to did our practice and to do our meet and greet, you fit us in the middle of what you had to do, right? So I'm just want to say thank you. And to my engineer in the back, Andre, I just want to thank you as well. You said yes, and I didn't even get to say much about Andre, but Andre as well, he's an educator, right? He teaches full time. He's an author as well. He has authored, I think, 2 books, or he's getting ready to launch his 3rd book. Right, and he does this whole engineering thing for StreamYard for another program that he is like the lead in, right? And I met him because I was a guest on that program in 2020, I think, where I was interviewed, and that's where our connection happened. And look how much years that was, but I remember, and we've been friends since. And he's here today serving me. And it just goes to show sometimes you hold such key position and you're in the back line, because we're not seeing Andre, but all of this couldn't happen without Andre, because I know I couldn't do it. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you. Now, it wouldn't be right for me as a business person to be having this big event and not taking the opportunity to just give a little announcement about my upcoming anthology. So I just want to just wrap up with a closing to share about my upcoming anthology, right? So I'm getting ready. I've already started doing some soft launch, although I need to change that book cover. That book cover is so outdated now. I have a new vision, but because I'm so busy and I can't take the time right now to focus on a new cover, I'm using the cover I have right now, but that's going to be a different cover coming up, right? But I'm getting ready now to promote a new book that is called You Were Meant to Be Here. And this is not to piggyback off of Tanja Grief, but I am in the process also of transitioning grief. I don't know how to call it. I know I am definitely in a better space, but I am grieving a loss, and Tanja is in a fresh space where she just lost a person that she cares about. And this book is centered around dealing with trauma and grief and loss, whatever that may be. And the name of this book is titled You Were Meant to Be Here, Healing from Past Trauma and Finding Peace Within. So in this anthology, we are going to share about whatever that pain or that trauma is. And it don't have to be, it could be anything from being in an accident to having an illness to losing a loved one to experiencing some sort of abuse. So it could be anything, whatever is that trauma is to you or that pain. But we're going to share about it and how we were able to overcome it. And there are times when people have already pivoted, that word again, and reached to a place where they find healing and they're able now to utilize that and help other people. But and there are times in the anthology as we write and we go through that process, the person excuse me, is able to find healing then, or at least begin to. So I just want to give that little tip, or not tip, but that little information. And with that, I'm going to play my video, which is on the website, and it's going to be my promotional video, and then we're going to close. I would like you ladies to stay on and be present, and this is what we're going to share. And stay tuned to You Were Meant to Be Here. It's just like a book trailer. It's really just going to let you kind of have an idea of what the book is about, but also, to share about the people that we're looking for. And it's really anyone with a story. Take it away, Andre.
Have you walked through pain, loss, or trauma and somehow found the strength to rise again? If so, your story carries a power greater than you may realize. A power to heal, a power to inspire, a power to remind someone else that they are not alone. That's why we created You Were Meant to Be Here, healing from past trauma and finding inner peace. This powerful anthology will bring together authentic voices, stories of resilience, courage, and transformation to show the world that healing is possible. Right now, there are people silently searching for hope, someone waiting to hear words that could help them believe in themselves again. And your story may be the very lifeline they've been praying for. But this isn't just about helping others. It's about stepping into your next chapter too. As a co-author, you'll gain instant credibility and visibility as a published author. Become a best-selling author. Expand your reach through our collective marketing and book launch strategy. Unlock speaking and media opportunities to share your message with the world. And most of all, leave behind a lasting legacy that transforms lives. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a professional writer. Our team will guide you every step of the way, helping you share your truth with clarity, impact, and heart. You Were Meant to Be Here is more than a book. It's a movement, a collective testimony of healing, hope, and inner peace. Together, we can remind others that even in the darkest moments, transformation is possible. So, if you've been waiting for the right moment to share your story, this is it. Your voice matters, your journey matters, and the world is waiting to hear from you. Click the link below and schedule your call today to join us in You Were Meant to Be Here, healing from past trauma and finding inner peace. Because your story was never meant to stay hidden. It was meant to be here.
Do you guys like it? Yeah? Well, that is going to be the... Go ahead. Someone was saying something? That is going to be the next anthology. So I'm watching to see how it unfolds, how everything is going to work out. But it's going to be powerful again because it's going to be touching life. It's going to help people heal. This one is helping people pivot, helping people identify, uncover, discover their purpose, leap, find their place or in this world using their gifts. But this one is going to be transformational. It's going to help with the mental health, the emotional part, the spiritual, right? It's going to be overall. It's going to help you to heal. And at the same time, it's a powerful story, and you could pivot from that as well. So with that being said, I just want to thank each and every one of you one more time. I want to thank the viewers. I want to thank everyone who has already pre-ordered. I'm speaking it into existence. Everyone who have ordered the book, who will order the book. The book is going to be published on the author's website within the next week or no. Well, the authors, if you go on their website, they're going to have the publishing date as to when they're going to be shipping out the books on each of the author's website. So once you go there and you go to make your purchase, that information will be given to you. Every author is managing the way in which they are running their platform and their book. I am just here helping them along the way, and this is what we are doing. So please visit your author website. It is in the body of their post as we speak right now. And again, do not forget to follow your author. Andre, I just want to do one thing before we come off. Quickly, I want to every author just going to come on, just say where to follow them. That is something each and every one of them didn't really do. Just give them that opportunity just to come on quickly and say where to follow them. So it doesn't matter. You could just bring them on randomly, and then we're going to sign off.
Hi, you can follow me on Facebook under Rona Morris. or my business page, Rona Legacy Catering Service.
Hi, you can follow me. I'm on Facebook, Jane Onoka, on Instagram, Jane Onoka, LinkedIn, Jane Onoka, and also on my website, www.finsavvywoman.com, and there you'll find the link to order the book. Thank you.
Hello, you can follow me on Facebook, Voices of Empowerment, and my personal Facebook, Tanja Nunnery, TikTok, Voices of Empowerment, Instagram, Voices of Empowerment. And the order of my book is voicesofempowerment.org, and you'll see the book there. Thank you.
Hi, you can follow me at Touched by 𝐑𝐞𝐞𝐚, Instagram.com/Touched by 𝐑𝐞𝐞𝐚. I'm also my book at touchedbytejumade.com or tejumadeogunmogun.com. Thank you.
Joycelyn isn't back on? Okay, so with that being said, we are going to do our close-off song. Andre, take it away. Ladies, thank you guys so much. We are going to close off with our song. Let's give ourselves a clap. Do you guys have the book? I think we should all do a shot with the book. Can you give us a shot with all of us equally, Andre? Good. Well, it's only 3 of us, but it's okay. Good job, Rona. Pretend. Okay, you can play the music now. Let's do the bye-bye song. Put up the thank you and play that song as we go bye-bye. Walking in my purpose. Purpose in my stride, no disguise, no lies. Let's move, girls. Building my legacy, can't you see I'm falling? Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one. Yeah. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose gonna hate, but they just fuel my fire. Climbing higher and higher, I never tire. Challenges come, but I'll face them with grace. Determined and strong, I'm running this race. Purpose driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness, I'm on my grind. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel we did it, ladies. Overcoming, thriving, we did it. In my purpose. Okay, one more mission to complete, but 2 more. 2 more missions, and then we are officially complete, guys. I'm walking in my destiny, walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming. Yes, yes. On my path, I'm the one, I'm the key.
Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. So here I stand, purpose in my hand, living out my plan. In this promise,
You can mute us. Well, mute.
I'm the proof you
Okay, ladies. So this is really it. We are complete. We've done it. I'm so proud.
I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my
Just keep it for like 2 seconds and then I'm going to end it. You can end it when you're ready, Andre.
I feel alive, overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm